Hey guys, so basically this entire video is just gonna be me gushing about my adventures with Superman. It is an unnecessarily good show and I think a real breath of fresh air. The reason I say that is because over like the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, most of I think the big name television shows have been very mature, very graphic, very gory, and very heavy. And there's nothing wrong with that. The first things that obviously come to mind are The Boys and Invincible. And I think those are especially situated to be compared to my adventures with Superman because they're in the superhero genre. But there are, of course, others. Another one that's immediately coming to mind right now is House of the Dragon, which has its fair share of violence. There's probably some that I'm even forgetting, but again, it's been years of I think a normalization of violence and heavy material and drama. And a lot of those shows are really, really good. But at the same time, I think there is something so refreshing about a cartoon that's kind of just a cartoon. I haven't done any research into the creative team behind My Adventures with Superman or pretty much anything else that they have done. But I was a huge fan of Justice League Unlimited, Teen Titans, that kind of stuff when I was younger. And I'm gonna be real, I really get flashbacks of that with this show. It has the ability, I think much in the same way that a show like Avatar: The Last Airbender did, it having the ability to tell a really interesting, complex story that's kind of just like fun for the whole family. It's exploratory in the ways where it needs to be. It's tried and true in the ways that it can be. And it's just a lot of fun without making you feel tired from watching it. And in the same way, I think that there have been a bit of, superhero fatigue across the entire spectrum of fiction. I think in the same way, there might be a bit of a drama fatigue. But the show, I think, navigates that amazingly. Now, is it perfect? No, no show is perfect. But I think how the show this season handled Lois and Clark and Jimmy and Kara and even Brainiac was like really cool. A lot of what Superman as a show is about is remaining true to the core of what the comics were about and the presentation of the characters while adding a new twist to kind of fit a new story. And of course, I'm a fiction editor. I edit scripts and novels. So it kind of is truly addictive for me to see all the little ways that they're changing the source material to fit into this story that they're telling. And it's just a really cool, fun story. I genuinely fell in love with Kara when she was introduced. And even though she's really only in half the season, she just completely stole the show for me. For people who don't know, my two favorite genres are romance and horror. And this show basically is a superhero show, but just kind of masquerading as a romance. Clark and Lois had their up and down drama, and the show got me to really dislike Lois, and I think for really valid reasons, but I never felt like things weren't being genuine to her character. I've always been a huge fan of Clark's design, his character, and his journey through the season, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought finally being able to have Jimmy kind of, have his Suki moment, because he basically operates as the Sokka this season, and be validated at the end by Kara actually confiding in him, and coming back, and everything happening with Brainiac, him being turned into a Kryptonian machine. I mean, I could really go on, but I guess in the hopes of keeping this short, the season was really good. I watched every episode as it came out, pretty much as it came out on Sundays, and whatever they try to do for season 3, and I hope there's a season 3, I'll be watching that too. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, please watch it. It's just as good, if not better, than the second season. So that's pretty much my rambling. Hope you guys like it. If you like what you heard, subscribe, like, comment. I'll be uploading to the main channel probably in about a week or so. I'll leave a link down in the description for that. And as always, it was a pleasure, and I'll talk to you all again soon.